Hello, this is Danny from Danny Design Studio, and this is Class in a Box. This is March Class in a Box. If these videos are something you would like to follow or do a class, then please get in touch. My website is in the description below, and you can fill out the online form on the Class in a Box page. But you can also like and subscribe to these videos by pressing the red bell icon on the right hand side of the screen, and you'll be sent notifications of when I upload so you don't miss anything. So March Class in a Box is all about big birthdays. I thought it's quite handy to have these in your stash, and then you can put the numbers on ready for when somebody's big birthday comes up. Now there is a green one, soft sea foam. This is all from the Subtles range except for the Night of Navy. The green one I had to use, so it's not here at the moment. But I was going to show you the lilac one, and I'm going to these are all very similar. So the green one is very similar as well. So I'm just going to show you one. I'm going to do some heat embossing as well, because on this one you can see I've used that. Now this all comes from the vine design and the flowering vine design vine dies to go with it. So trying to not get the light on it, but it's got some lovely big fonts. And this I've used to actually colour inside, which is quite nice, in the same colour, and on this one. So I'm going to show you how to do them, and I'm going to show you basically just from scratch. So this is a lovely lilac one, and using my trimmer I'm going to cut it. Now this is an 8x8, these are 8x8 cards, or 20 by 20 centimeters, and then scored at 10. I'm doing it in inches because I'm still in inch mode. So 8x8. These are all cut and scored for you, and then I'm going to score that at 4. And then using my bone folder, I'm going to give that a nice crease. And then with this piece that's left, I'm going to use the dies. So the dies come with these lovely little sort of flowers. We're going to make the flowers, and I think I'm going to use this one, the square one. So there's an oval one, a round one, and all these little lovely little flowers. So let's get the die cutter out. I'm just going to show you with the die cutter how, with these intricate designs, these intricate dies, I'm just going to show you how to get it all out sort of easily. So just get my plates. So plate 1, plate 2, and 2 of plate 3s. So pop that in, and then I'm going to cut all of these. I'm going to die cut all of these at the same time. With the die cutting these intricate designs, I would go through twice. I'm going to shake the camera, I'm sorry, apologies. So you'd go in once and back again. And that was the other way. Right, so what I've got here is this little foam pad on page 159 of the annual catalogue. Is a take your pick die brush tip, and it comes with two foam pads and the brush tip, which is here, and you've got your take your pick tool. This comes off and pop that on there, and then in a minute I can take this off. You just poke a pin, or if you've got a take your pick tool, you can poke it through these little holes to sort of release the die. There we go. So the problem is with this, some of it doesn't come out. If you roll this with your brush, I put the foam pad in a little tray, in a little tin, and then it will all come out, and the last little bits I just do with my take your pick tool, and that's that. And then when I want to clean my die, it does that as well, which is quite handy. So that's nice and clean. And then the last bits are these little sort of flowers. We're going to make them into a bit more dimension with them. One of them I lost because I put it up the other way, but never mind. So I'm just going to put these away, otherwise I'm going to lose it. Right, so got this. Just going to put this away, and so I've got my little card, and then we're going to sort of get this together now. So the other thing I put is these little sort of acetate. This comes from the Golden Garden Designer Special Acetate, and you've got a whole load of lovely gold acetates, and there's silver on the other side. Now I've cut them to the size of the square. You can cut them down if you want to. Some of them might have a plastic film that I have forgotten to remove. Oh yes, there we go, this plastic film. So you might just need to check that on yours. So I think I'm going to cut this down a little bit. Need to lean over, sorry. Need to just cut it down slightly, I think. It's too big. Right, let's get rid of my rubbish. Right, with this acetate, so you're going to mount this onto here. Now the acetate, normal liquid glue, is something that it's not really going to stick. So what I've done is, if you've ordered from me for the first time, I give you glue dots and tear and tape free. So the tear and tape will do quite well on this, because it's not something, and I just put a little in the middle, and you basically roll it out and then tear it off. Take that little bit off. Sort of double-sided tape really, and then you're not going to see it. Just going to cut that bit off, because you will see that bit. Mount it on my card. You don't really see that, and it will be hidden underneath there. So with that, this is when I use my wet glue, and it's a case of just putting a little bit on. You don't want to put too much on this glue, because it will just spill out everywhere, and it will spoil the design and the acetate. Maybe that's enough. There we go. Mount that on. Give it a little press down. You can do this with your fingers. Just give it a few seconds. There we go. Right, so while that's sort of drying, you can begin to do your little flowers. So with these, I'm just going to take this brush off. I need this bit to make the flowers. I can put it in my hand, and I can squash it in my hand, make it into a 3D shape. And then I'm just going to build up my flower. I'll do that one actually. Put a bigger one at the side, and just use that with glue dots. I'm going to have my numbers in the middle, so I'm going to put that on there. Try and make it a little bit more 3D, but you don't want it too 3D, because if it's getting in the post, then you don't want it, I think, more than 5mm, isn't it? And then I want one on my sentiment. I think I'd like this one on my sentiment. all these are very similar, so that's why I'm only going to show you one, but I will show you the fancy fold card. And remember, your numbers are going to go in the middle. And last one, pop that there, I think. Right, put that to one side. So you've been given one of these little labels, and I'm going to heat emboss this. And that will do. That will do. Right, so then I need my gold embossing powder, and pop that onto there. Shake the excess off. I do find sometimes I get a little bit of gold on here, so what I do is get a little paintbrush, take the excess off, that will do. And then my heat gun, oops, take something and then hold it, so it gets very hot, and then you probably see how it changes. A lot of you will be used to this already, but some I know will be seeing this for the first time. And that's it. And you can see it's just raised up a little bit, which is quite nice. And then I'm going to put my little flower there, and I need a blue dot. And then I'm going to put gems in the middle. So I need to raise this up on some dimensionals. Right, and then position it where I want it to go. Now, if you wanted it silver, you could do that with silver, and because this reverse side is silver, you could have a totally different look. So then you've got all your numbers in a little cellophane that I've given you. Oh dear, can't get this in. Can't get into this. Right, so all your numbers, selection of numbers. So I'm just going to plant it on for now, but I'm not going to stick it because I've got a selection and I don't know when I'll need it. But I just want to show you, got some little gems that you can put into the middle of your flowers. Now the purple, the lilac one has these little gems, and then I've got the gilded gems as well. and that's it. And I would normally put that on dimensionals, the number as well. Okay, but I'm going to leave it like that, and you can imagine that that number is stuck on. And then inside I have got an insert, and you can decorate it if you want to, like I have here. But some of you may not have the stamp set, but you'll have other stamp sets that you can decorate it with. So, and that's it for that one. I'll put that to one side. And then I was going to show you the fancy fold. Okay, so the fancy fold is, I'm going to make this for real because I know a friend of ours is going to be 60 soon, so I'm going to use this for him. So the fancy fold is 10 inches or 26 centimeters, because it's a 5 by 5. So your A4 cardstock is 10 inches by 5 or 26 by 13, and then you would score on the 5-inch mark or the 13 centimeter mark, with the long side at the top. So that is that bit done, and then I'm just going to use my bone folder to sharpen, crisp that edge. Now you then have to score, that's your front panel, you're going to score that, and it's easier to turn that round. So if it's 5 inches, so I'm going to score it at 2.5. Make sure your blade is out of the way. So it's going to be half of your centimeters, so that is 6.5. So then that panel is the front panel, and this will fold back on itself, and then you're going to cover that with your DSP. Now I ran out of this, so I've got a different designer series paper. I've got the from the Boho Indigo suite, and basically you just pop your panels like that. So for speed, I'm just going to, instead of using my wet glue, I'm going to use the Stamp and Seal. And I've cut that to size. Now some of you might have a whole panel that you'll need to cut to size, and this is 5.2 by 12 centimeters. So if you've got the whole panel, you'll just need to cut it down to 5.2. Some of yours I've cut, some of yours I didn't, only because I was running out of paper, so I had to cut panels down, but normally I'd let you cut them down. So that goes on that side, and then you've got this lovely stitched square that I'm just mounting on to the blue Night of Navy. So that will go on there like that. So when you mount that on, don't forget that you will only put glue onto half the side. So if you can eyeball where the glue is going to go, and I'm just going to do it there. So pop your panel on so that when you look at it, this is equal spaces from here to here, and there, top and bottom. So, oh, sorry, my husband's just been cooking. Smoke alarm's gone off. Oh dear. I did tell him to be quiet as well, so doesn't listen. Right, so then you've got this lovely little gold leafing, and I think I have given you some of these. I think one of these and one of these little wooden elements. I'm going to use this one and that one, I think. So I'm going to tuck that under the 40 or whatever number you're going to use. In fact, I'm going to do 60. So 60. So when you pop it on, if you do it with dimensionals, you will, it's because it's raised, you can actually just tuck those leaves underneath. So I'm just going to cut these because I need the mini dimensionals, but I didn't really get those out because I didn't think. So I just want some of these in there. A bit fiddly. And that one. Using up all the side bits as well, so you can take those off. I stood up today because I thought I've got a squeaky chair and it's annoying me, so I thought it would annoy you as well. At least I have a good view of my desk even from the back, because when I lose something I realise I found it because I can see right to the back. There we go. So, and then sort of cut this off because I don't need that much. And then this needs just a little glue at the bottom because I don't want it all stuck down. I want a bit of movement at the top, and you can just poke that in there. It's nice to have a bit of movement at the top instead of all of it stuck down. And then make sure I've got the right side. So just a little bit of glue. That might be too much. Let's see if I can get that off. There we go. And you can put that side or that side. Oops. Got to wait for it to dry. So then you need your little panel in the middle. So I've cut out a square for you, And then to remember that when it's on the mantelpiece or wherever somebody's going to put it in their lounge, then to not write on this side, to remember to just write on that side. So I'm just going to put my sentiment on there probably. And I'll have to write this again, won't I? But I don't want Versamark. But I might just mount it, and I'll do that. I'll do that afterwards, because I need to clean my stamps, and you get the gist. So the last bit is the gilded gems. You've got a few of them, and we need a little bit of sparkle because it's a special birthday. I'm just gonna pop a few of them on there. So that's it. So let's put I think I'll put the original ones on because it will be easier. So I hope you enjoyed that class. Obviously there is one that I've done that way, but you know how to do that way, the vertical way as well as the horizontal way. So I hope you enjoyed that, and until next time, happy stamping, crafters! If you like this video, please click the like button below, and please subscribe and select the bell icon to all to receive notifications of when I upload. Thank you.